I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks, everyone. We are going to read through the warrant, and the select board is going to vote on the recommendation, on their recommendations. We'll do it as we go. Article 2, amendment to existing drinking water protection ordinance. Are you?
Oh, wait. Should we have a motion to just vote on all of these and then we'll read them?
No, I
vote,
want
and-
to vote as we go.
No, that's what I'm saying. But if we make one motion, this is what we've done in the past, and then we just vote after you read it.
Okay.
Like I will say, we'll vote on this whole slate of articles.
Go ahead and make a motion.
Okay, I'll move that we do that.
I'll second that. All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Article 2, amendments to existing drinking water protection ordinance. Are you in favor of the adoption of amendments as proposed by the Canaan Planning Board to the Canaan Drinking Water Protection Ordinance that within the water protection district seek to increase the setback for septic systems, regulate commercial portable toilets, building setbacks, steep slope construction, soil compaction, and hazardous uses? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. You're gonna keep track. Give it to me, please. Article 3, you have a pen. I came prepared. I just
Okay,
wasn't
just
prepared to start.
Too many pockets.
Article 3, amendments to existing Canaan Building Code. Are you in favor of the adoption of the amendments as proposed by the Canaan Planning Board to the Canaan Building Code that seek to modify building permit expiration criteria, amend appeals to process to be more consistent with state law, remove most floodplain regulations, which are now contained in the floodplain management ordinance, merge functions as well as the authority of the Building Code Board of Appeals that will with that of the Board of Adjustments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. 3 yeses. Article 4, road reconstruction bond. See if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum not to exceed $2.7 million gross budget for the reconstruction of roads, including but not limited to drainage structure replacement upgrades, gravel subbase, reconstruction and pavement. The project to authorize the issuance of not more than 2.7 million in bonds or notes in accordance with the provisions of Municipal Finance Act RSA 33, and to authorize the Board of Selectmen to issue and negotiate such bonds or notes and to determine the rate of interest thereon. And further, to authorize the Board of Selectmen to apply for, accept, and expend any federal, state, and private funds that may become available in respect of the project to reduce the amount that must be bonded or to pay debt service on such bonds or notes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I should add it, there is no additional property tax impact above the highway road reconstruction appropriation for that bond. So. Article 5, grant optional powers, select section to Conservation Commission 36A-4-A. Shall the town vote to adopt the provisions of RSA 36A :4-A-1B to authorize the Conservation Commission to expend funds for contributions to qualified organizations for the purchase of property interests or facilitating transactions related thereto. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Article 6, establish Canaan Community Power Plan. See if the town will vote to adopt the Canaan Community Power Electric Aggregation Plan to authorize the select board to implement the plan and to take all action and furtherance thereof pursuant to RSA 53-E. Community power allows local governments to procure electric power on behalf of their residents, businesses, and municipal accounts while still receiving transmission, distribution, and billing services from their existing utility provider. The Canaan Community Power Plan established an opt-out electricity supply program for customers of Liberty Utilities. The program objective is to create value for Canaan by saving customers money, expanding choices, and developing local energy programs and beneficial projects. The plan will initially provide lower electricity rates for residents, or it will not launch. Copies of Canaan Community Power Plan shall be available at the town clerk's office, the 2025 deliberative session of the annual town meeting, as well as the 2025 voting session of the annual town meeting. There is no tax impact. Motion or, how do we all vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Article 7, general fund appropriation, to see if the town of Canaan will vote to raise and appropriate as an operating budget, not including appropriations by special warrants, articles, or other appropriations voted separately. The amount set forth on the budget posted with a warrant or is amended by the vote of the first session for the purposes set forth therein, totaling $6,379,199. Should this article be defeated, the default budget shall be $5,597,645, with certain adjustments required by previous action of the town or by law, or the governing body may hold one special meeting in accordance with RSA 40:13, 10 and 16. To take up the issue of revised operating budget only, majority vote required. How do we vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Article 8, appropriate to water and sewer operations to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $351,961.23 for the water and sewer operations for the town of Canaan, with $199,788.77 to be raised, and appropriated for water, and $172.47 to be raised and appropriated for sewer. These funds are raised by water and sewer user fees with no amount to come from property taxes. How do we all vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Article 9, additional $90,000 for water system SRF loan to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate $90,000 gross budget for the purposes of providing the matching amount for state revolving fund SRF loan for the principal forgiveness to finance certain water system improvements. To authorize the issuance of not more than $90,000 of bonds or notes in accordance with the provisions of the Municipal Finance Act, RSA 33, to fund costs of the project, and to authorize the Board of Selectmen to issue and negotiate such bonds or notes and determine the term of borrowing, and to authorize town officials to apply for, obtain, accept, and expend federal, state, and other aid or grant monies in respect to the project, and to use such monies to finance the project, reduce the amount of bonds or notes issued for the project, or to prepay such bonds or notes, or to pay debt service on such bonds and notes. There is no additional property tax impact because the user fees will fund these programs. How do we vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I have a question on this one, just like a technicality. So it's a super majority for 4 and 9, but it's worded differently at the bottom.
For which one? For 9?
4 and then 9 that we just voted on.
Oh,
I just know sometimes in the wording, they're super picky
Right,
about, so
in the
just-
parentheses. You need to
I don't
check
know
on
if
that.
ballot needs to be on both or removed from 9.
The last
Yeah,
3/5.
3/5 vote, so this one has ballot vote. Okay, just take the word ballot.
Okay.
Thank you. Article 10, appoint agents to expend for highway equipment capital reserve to see if the town will vote to appoint name the select board pursuant to RSA 35:15 as agents to expend from the highway equipment capital reserve fund previously established in 2003. There is no property tax impact. How do we all vote?
We don't have to. That one might be involved,
We do, the budget
You
committee
guys
does
do
not.
it, budget committee does.
I vote yes.
I'm gonna
Yes.
vote yes.
because I have no,
Did you vote yes?
yes.
Yeah, that sentence.
Article 11, revised 2024 equipment lease to reflect 2 separate leases to see if the town will vote to authorize the select board to enter into a 7-year lease purchase agreement for $499,800 to finance the acquisition of a new grader and backhoe for use by the highway department, and to raise and appropriate the sum of $87,925.07 for payments due under the lease purchase agreement during the upcoming fiscal year. The annual lease payment for the 7-year term is estimated to be $87,925.07 per year. This lease purchase agreement will contain an escape non-appropriation clause, majority vote required. There is no additional property tax impact as this payment falls within the approved warrant article from 2024. This should be a space for the equipment lease.
I have a question. So to acquire a new grader and backhoe, so we already have the new grader.
This was, our bond counsel wrote this one because we're trying to correct some language and make sure it's the way he said it. He knows that we've already received, that we already have this lease in place. but we're splitting it into two, so we have to just authorize.
Because we've only received 2 pieces of equipment,
Okay,
so we're not leasing the 2 this year that we didn't already. That we haven't
Yeah, the other
received
two
yet.
aren't gonna be until later in the spring.
oh, we already have a new backhoe too?
We have the,
Yes.
so when the grader came in, that lease is done. And then the 2 trucks are what we're waiting for,
And the original lease loan bond was written for full piece of equipment.
4 pieces, yeah.
And some articles say majority vote required, which seems pretty obvious, but some don't say anything.
Well, they're all majority vote required unless they said anything. I
Yeah.
left them there as notes for me right now, that's all.
Oh.
They won't-
you-
they
I
won't be
already
in
asked you
the
that, now that you give me
document
that
later.
answer, okay. So I'm gonna say yes.
I say yes.
Yes,
Okay, Article 12, revised 2024 equipment lease, second lease. To see if the town will vote to authorize the select board to enter into a 7-year lease purchase agreement for $453,873 to finance the acquisition of a new 10-wheel dump truck and 1-ton truck for use by the highway department, and to raise and appropriate the sum of $79,865.59 for payments due under the lease purchase agreement during the upcoming fiscal year. The annual lease payment over the 7-year term is estimated to be $79,865 per year. This lease purchase agreement will contain an escape non-appropriation clause, majority vote required. There's no additional property tax impact as this payment falls within the approved warrant article in 2024 for the equipment lease. I'm a yes.
I'm a
yes,
yes. Again, there's a space after 2024.
Scott vote.
yes,
Oh.
yeah. I think this is-
Article 13, appropriate to highway equipment capital reserve fund to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $63,800 to be added to the highway equipment capital reserve fund previously established in 2003. It is estimated that the passage of this article will increase the tax rate 14 cents per thousand or $30.63 on the median home worth $223,050. I'm a yes.
I'm a
Yes.
yes.
Article 14, create highway capital road reconstruction fund. To see if the town will vote to establish a highway capital reserve fund under the provisions of RSA 35-1 for the purpose of funding construction, reconstruction, repair, maintenance, and resurfacing of all town maintained roads, as well as to raise and appropriate the sum of $10,000 to be placed in this fund. Further, to name the select board as agents to expend from said fund. It is estimated that the passage of this article will increase the tax rate 2 cents per thousand or $4.80 on the median home worth $223.50.
Add a 0 for $44.80.
Yeah, I did that.
I'm gonna say yes.
Saying yes.
yes,
Article 15, appropriate to fire truck capital reserve fund. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $160,000 to be added to the fire truck capital reserve fund previously established in 1979. It is estimated that the passage of this article will increase the tax rate 34 cents per thousand or $76.82 on the median home worth $223,050. I'm
Vote
yes.
yes.
yes,
Article 16, purchase the fire truck with funds from the fire truck capital reserve fund. To see if the town will vote to authorize the select board to enter into a 7-year lease purchase agreement not to exceed $925,000 to finance the purchase of a new pumper truck to replace the 1998 pumper and to raise and appropriate the sum of $143,432 for payments due under the lease purchase agreement during the 2026 fiscal year. Said sum to come from the previously established fire truck capital reserve fund. The annual lease payment over the term of the lease is estimated to be $142,432 per year.
143.
Excuse me, $143,432 per year. This lease purchase agreement will contain an escape non-appropriation clause. The initial payment of $143,432 is a non-lapsing appropriation pursuant to RSA 32.7. Yes. Comma 6, and will not expire until December 31, 2026. There's no additional property tax impact in 25, and in 26, there will be no property tax impact above the fire truck capital reserve appropriations.
I have a question on that before I vote. I thought we were looking at another piece of,
They were looking at the ladder, they've decided not to go that way,
okay,
so they reduced it from the 1.2 to the 925.
okay. All right,
I'm
Right.
gonna say yes.
I vote yes.
Yes.
Article 17. Appropriate to the transfer station special revenue account. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $7,500 to be added to the transfer station special revenue capital reserve account previously established in 2008. It is estimated that the passage of this article will increase the tax rate 2 cents per thousand or $3.60 on the median home worth $223,050.
I'm gonna vote yes.
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 Article 18, to change / amend government buildings capital reserve fund. To see if the town will vote to change and / amend the purpose of the government buildings capital reserve fund established in 2024. And pursuant to RSA 3516, from which the new purposes of this fund shall include the funding of all capital improvements, repairs, constructions, and or reconstruction of town-owned or operated buildings or land, as well as the purchase of land and or buildings for municipal purposes. The purpose of this government capital reserve fund shall not include regular maintenance of any said town-owned or operated buildings or land. So there's no funds involved in this one, no appropriation of funds, so
I'm voting yes.
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 Article 19, appropriate to the government buildings capital reserve fund. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $73,000 to be added to the government buildings capital. This says equipment, I think it needs to change to just, that needs to be.
Yep.
Second, okay, so.
Yep.
To the government buildings capital reserve fund. But we're gonna have a fire drill. All right. So it is estimated that the passage of this article will increase the tax rate 16 cents per thousand or $35.05 on the median home worth $223.50.
I'm voting yes.
I'm voting yes.
Yes.
Appropriate to the EMS capital reserve fund. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of, I think it needs to say, sum of $85,000 to the enterprise fund previously established in 2019. The total appropriation is the same as previous years and will be split between capital reserve and the enterprise fund. Okay, so it's saying
There's
$85,000.
$185,000 that goes to the EMS is in the regular budget, but we have the operations side and we have the capital.
Okay,
equipment
so
side.
in the article, it only says 85, but then above, below it says 185.
Well, that's saying that there's nobody above the annual EMS appropriation. There's a one that goes to the enterprise fund.
That's in the general operating.
That's in the general operating budget.
Okay, that's the CEMS line.
Right, we've
Yeah,
always,
okay.
the 185 used to always be just appropriated to the other, then this fund was created. So we're trying to keep the capital separate at this point.
Okay. It is estimated that the passage of this article will increase the tax rate 18 cents per thousand or $40.18 on the median home worth $223.50, which I don't have to keep saying, but all right, so let me just read this or I can vote on it.
What's that?
I'm just rereading it. You can vote. I haven't voted yet.
I'm gonna vote yes on that.
Yes.
All right, I'll vote yes. Article 21 is to discontinue existing police capital reserve fund. To see if the town will vote to discontinue the police capital reserve fund created in 2012. Said funds with accumulated interest to date of withdrawal are to be transferred to the municipality's general fund. The need to discontinue the fund is due to errors in its creation and as a result to recreate the fund. I'm a yes.
I'm a yes.
Yes.
22, create police capital reserve fund. To see if the town will vote to establish a police capital reserve fund under the provisions of RSA 35-1, for the purpose of funding the purchase of any and all law enforcement related equipment, including but not limited to motor vehicles, cruisers, all-terrain vehicles, watercraft, speed control equipment, cruiser and body cameras, tasers, ballistic vests, handguns, long guns, ammunition, uniforms, as well as any other commonly recognized accessory equipment or item that assists with the goals, purposes, and or obligations of the Canaan Police Department, as well as to raise and appropriate the sum of $60,583 to be placed in this fund. Furthermore, to name the select board as agents to expend from said fund. It is estimated that the passage of this article will increase the tax rate 13 cents per thousand or 29.09 on the median home.
I'm a yes.
I have a question.
I'm old.
So is this 6583 in addition to what is in there now, or because we're putting it into the general fund, if this passes, then it's the whole?
This is the beginning of, this is starting from zero because actually I think there's only $1,500 in that account right now. And it's gone, that money goes back to the general fund. And then we have to allocate the new appropriation.
Okay,
Answer to your question, say that would be the right number. There's 1583 in the existing fund at this one time and the one for 50, the CIP raised 59.
okay, thank you, Sal.
I'm a yes on this.
I am also,
Yes. All I see is yes or no, I don't see all.
You ready to take over?
Article 23, purchase police cruiser, to see if the town will vote to appropriate the sum not to exceed $53,000 for the purpose of purchasing a new police cruiser to replace a 2019 cruiser. The purchase will be paid from the Police Capital Reserve Fund. The existing cruiser will be repurposed to other departments to replace older equipment. There's no additional property tax impact above the annual Police Capital Reserve appropriation.
I am a yes.
yes,
Yes.
Hopefully Ryan can get a deal last time.
Article 24, appropriate for townwide reevaluation. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $27,500 to be added to the reevaluation capital reserve fund previously established in 1987 to fund the state required reevaluation a year earlier than planned due to the townwide evaluation assessment being undervalued in excess of 25%, resulting in correction to the DRA calculated tax rate for the town. The reevaluation will not create a monetary increase in the town's tax rate, as the tax rate will be reduced proportionately. The local, state, and county taxes will be based on the new evaluation. It is estimated passage of this article will increase the tax rate 6 cents per thousand or $13.20 on the median home.
yes,
I'm abstaining.
And abstain, you gotta pick.
I'm no.
That's what I figured.
I think he could abstain, couldn't he?
No, because he doesn't have an actual issue for abstention. He just doesn't want to, he doesn't want to do it. I don't disagree. I mean, this is an issue. The state said we have to. We don't have enough money, so we're asking the voters if they want to do it a year early. We have $27,500 in the budget for this year. We were still funding it. This would have been that much more.
I'm still a yes.
Now, is it still, the state said if we fail to appropriate this, we go back to our original schedule?
Well, that would be the following year anyway.
That's the
So
following year anyway, so. It's just a matter of, this article is asking the voters, do we want to do it a year early? It's gonna cost you the $27,000. But technically, if we don't do it, the state could give us a little slap on the wrist. But that's what we're risking, is the 27.5. And if we had to do it, if they were really gonna be that way, we probably could come up with it anyway, but it's just
Principle.
well, my thing is, if the town voted it down, we have an argument to the state as to why we can't do it right now. It's not, it's just one of those. We'll see how it goes, but I'm not technically in favor.
I'm gonna vote
Neither
no.
is Stephen.
I did this, we did this so that we have an argument.
So one yes
Two no.
and two no, okay.
I'm voting no on it, just because I think we need to face the argument.
That's fine.
Evaluation.
Revaluation.
Yeah. So that was good.
I can give you one of
Two
these. if you
no's,
want.
one yes.
You have one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Article 25. Discontinue existing community center capital reserve fund. To see if the town will vote to discontinue the community center capital reserve fund created in 2021. Said funds with accumulated interest to date or a withdrawal are to be transferred to the municipality's general fund in accordance with state law. The need to discontinue the fund is due to errors in its creation and as a result to recreate the fund.
Can we say recreate the fund in Article 26 in the next article or something like that? So
Yes,
can we add that statement to that?
To what?
So you're saying that it says the need to discontinue the fund is due to errors in its creation as a result to recreate the fund. To recreate the fund in the next article.
Okay. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
so.
And same thing with the police one too. that we
Yeah.
introduced.
I'm saying yes.
I say yes.
yes. Article 26, create community center town hall capital reserve fund. To see if the town will vote to establish a community center / town hall capital reserve fund under the provisions of RSA 35-1 for the purpose of funding the purchase of a building and or land, design architectural costs, driveway road development, construction renovation, conversion of existing building, all to establish, create a new community center and or town hall. Further, to name the select board as agents to expend from said fund.
I think we're gonna run into a problem with and or
Where's Andor?
between community center and town hall. Because it gives us the option of doing just a town hall and not a community center.
You want to take the order out?
Yep,
Yes.
I'm a yes.
Yes. Article 27. Appropriate community center capital reserve fund. To see if the town will vote to appropriate the sum of $165,000 to be added to the community center capital reserve fund established in Article 26 this year. Funds will be approved from the undesignated fund balance, which includes existing funds allocated to the fund, including $99,000 already in the fund and $66,000 approved by the voters from the Cozy Corner sale in 2021. There's no additional property tax impact.
I'm a yes.
Yes.
Yes, the only issue would be if they voted down Article 26.
Correct, and if. You know, the fact of the matter is then it would just be in an
General fund.
undesignated fund for the, until we. get it
Until we
fixed.
do get one created.
Right. So basically, right now, currently, 66,000 from the sale is in our undesignated funds. It was never transferred. And then the 99,000 is in a fund. We would have to bring that back and hold it.
Yes. Article 28. Appropriate.
Are you holding up all right? You take
Yeah.
it? Okay. It's going.
Are you trying to kick me aside?
No, you're losing it, I think.
I lost it a long time ago. Yeah. Article 28, appropriate to bridge capital reserve fund. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $53,560 to be added to the bridge capital reserve fund previously established in 2005. It is estimated that passage of this article will increase the tax rate 12 cents per thousand or $25.71 on the median home.
We vote yes.
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 I'll take a couple, Scott, so you can have a break. All right, Article 29, authorize the sale of town-owned land, the Route 118 gravel pit, To see if the town will vote to authorize the sale of the former Canaan gravel pit located on Route 118 and identified on Canaan's tax maps as map 12, lot 42, containing 130 acres that was acquired by deed from Ruth Lazowski and Tanya Langerman on May 17th, 2019, and recorded in book 4434 at page 101 of the Grafton County Registry of Deeds. This deed was acquired with voter approval in Article 14 of the 2019 Canaan Town Meeting for use as a gravel pit. The gravel pit function has been discontinued. The sale shall be conducted through a public listing for sale and using a commercial realtor. Proceeds from the sale will be used to offset taxes, replenish the undesignated fund balance, and to fund the community center town hall fund, and will be distributed as follows. $100,000 to go towards offsetting taxes. The balance will be split evenly between funding the undesignated fund balance and the community center town hall fund. Sale will return property to tax rolls.
I'm a yes.
Absolute yes.
Yes.
Article 30, purchase a loader from the Highway Department Equipment Capital Reserve Fund. To see if the town will vote to appropriate the sum of $182,900 for the purpose of purchasing a new Caterpillar 926 wheel loader to replace the 2012 Volvo L70G wheel loader. The purchase price includes trading the Volvo loader at a value of $40,000. Should we say estimated or?
No, that's right, we got $40,000. I mean, they included that in their trade in the purchase price.
The funds will come from the Highway Capital Reserve Fund. There's no additional property tax impact above the Highway Equipment Capital Reserve appropriation. I mean, yes.
I vote yes.
Yes.
Is that in stock or is it gonna be waiting for?
That one's not gonna be a long wait, that's just like a normal, they're pretty handy.
That's a pretty normal,
Yeah, that's not.
I'm
anything
sure
that's
they've
bad.
already got them ordered for spring delivery.
One more, then I'll take it.
All right, one more minute.
One more, then I'll take it.
Okay, purchase a one-time from Highway Department Equipment Capital Fund. To see if the town will vote to appropriate the sum of $85,000 for the purpose of purchasing a new one-ton pickup to replace the mechanic's truck. The current truck will be repurposed for use in the department and replace an older vehicle. There's no additional property tax impact above the Highway Equipment Capital Reserve appropriation. I'm a no.
I am voting yes on that.
Yes.
Interesting. Why is that one? Just curious.
I just think in the position that we're in, $85,000 a lot for a vehicle. I think that we could buy something that's less expensive, that's used.
It's
Not-
used.
Yeah.
Article 32, rescind delegation of duties of select board to the cemetery trustees. Shall we rescind the delegation of the duties and responsibilities of cemetery trustees to the board of selectmen and reinstate the cemetery trustees' duties and responsibilities pursuant to NHRSA 289:6. If there's a majority vote in this article, it shall take effect 90 days after the adoption. I vote yes.
That's how it was done when they undid it. It was a
So-
Delegation of authority.
Okay, but then we have to appoint trustees until the
Oh, we gotta have
following
a-
year, or are they, well, are they
Yeah.
appointed or elected?
They're-
In the
they're
past, they were.
appointed.
In the
So they're
past, they were
appointed
elected.
originally and then they'll be elected. So
Okay, so then we
so
would
it'd be
appoint until.
3,
We can't elect them this year.
Right,
so we can appoint
Because
them
the
this year.
doesn't
and then-
Appoint them this
yeah,
year and then
so-
everybody's on the ballot next year.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it'll
okay, so I think we need to just say that.
Okay.
3 1-year, 3, well, there'll be 3 1-year, 3 3-year term people.
So you'll
Right.
probably set it
So
up.
same
So
thing.
next
on-
year
When
it'll
they
be,
first do it, the first, there'll be a 1 and a 2 and a
That's
3.
right, correct. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then they
Get the
all
stagger.
have to run again in March for the same term.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a yes.
I'm a yes.
yes,
Article 33, fire department organizational change for fire chief. To see if the town will vote to change the organization of the Canaan Fire Department pursuant to RSA 154:1. Which from which the fire chief shall be appointed by the select board from the firefighters also being appointed by the. Oh, wait, hold on. From which the fire chief shall be appointed by the select board, with the firefighters also being appointed by the select board. Upon recommendation of the fire chief, this change in the organization of the department, if approved by the voters of the town meeting, shall not take effect until 1 year following such vote. Majority vote required. I'm definitely a yes on this. I don't
Yes.
necessarily
Yes.
understand the wording of it, but I know what the purpose of it is.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's when that was one I had the attorney
Yeah.
raise because we're changing RSAs.
Right.
So you're actually going to a different paragraph of your RSA law.
Article 34, appropriate to West Central Behavioral by petition to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $3,920 for the support of West Central Behavioral Health in fiscal year 2024, which runs July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2024. That's wrong dates.
Oops.
West Central provided to 30 Canaan residents, including 16 children, as the region's nonprofit community mental health center. West Central Behavioral Health provides mental health services and substance use disorder treatment for many of the most vulnerable residents, including adults, children, and elders. Support from the town of Canaan will help us sustain our commitment to providing affordable mental health service to the area residents. It is estimated the passage of this article will increase the tax rate by a penny per thousand or $1.88 on the median home income worth $223,050. I vote yes.
I vote yes.
Yes.
Article 35, appropriate to Grafton County Senior Citizen Council Incorporated by petition to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $13,500 to Grafton County Senior Citizen Council through Mascoma Area Senior Center and the Service Link Resource Center for the services for Canaan residents in 2025. From July 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2024, the Mascoma Area Senior Center provided services for 311 Canaan residents, and Service Link provided service to 92 residents. These services included congregate meals, home delivered meals, transportation, outreach support, and Service Link support, and more. The cost of providing these services was $176,878.12. It is estimated that the passage of this article will increase the tax rate 3 cents per thousand or $6.59 on the median home worth $223,050.
Yes.
I vote yes.
Yes. So we can leave it what it says.
What's that? Yeah, because
That's from last year.
Yeah.
no, this, well. Yeah, okay. Do we know what the new benefit that they provided? Yeah, well, no, it says, so this is from. Yeah,
Yeah, that's nothing.
okay. So Article 36, appropriate to Public Health Council to the Upper Valley by petition to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $2,900.10.
No.
I got $2,910 to support Public Health Council of the Upper Valley services to Canaan residents in 2025. Services include monitoring pandemic response, recovery, communications around public health initiatives, resources, flu vaccines, clinics, and supporting programs for older adults and more. It is estimated the passage of this article will increase the tax rate by 1 cent per thousand or $1.40 on the median home worth $223,050. $223,050.
I'm a yes.
I am a yes.
Yes.
Do you want me to take some?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Article 37, if I don't mess them up, appropriate to Tri-County Community Action Program Incorporated by petition. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $7,588 for the operation of Tri-County Community Action Program. Incorporated service programs in Canaan, transportation, energy assistance, weatherization, guardianship, homeless intervention, prevention, disaster relief, Tamworth and Dental Center. It is estimated the passage of this article will increase tax rate by 2 cents per thousand or $3.54 on the median home worth $223,000. I am a yes.
Yes.
Yes, but I'd like to see them change their coverage to Canaan Dental Program rather than Tamworth.
Yes. Absolutely.
Article 38, appropriate to WISE by petition to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $2,100 to support the mission of WISE, providing free 24-hour crisis support services and advocacy to victims of domestic and sexual violence and/or stalking. It is estimated the passage of the article will increase the tax rate 0 per thousand or $1 per on the median, $1 on the median home worth $223,000. I'm a yes on this.
Yes.
Yes.
This is the first Article.
Really changed.
What?
You want me to get the last one?
No.
It really changed.
Article appropriate to Advanced Transit Incorporated by petition to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $10,135 to help support public transportation services to the town of Canaan, in the town of Canaan in 2025. It is estimated that passes the article will increase the tax rate 2 cents per thousand or $4.87 on the median home worth 223,000. So we got some duplication there.
Yeah.
It
doubled it itself.
Yeah, I'm yes on this.
Yes.
Well, the question. So the 75.88 above on 37 raised it 2 cents or $3.54. This one says 2 cents or $4.87, but it's 10,000.
It's actually the bottom number that's correct.
Okay,
The 648.
all right, so it's 3 cents per thousand or $6.40 on the median home. I'm a yes.
And you said yes,
Yes.
3 yeses.
And then historically, Chad, we've always had one last article. Just other business to transact any other business that could be legally brought before town meeting.
Okay.
It's always been on there. I don't know if it needs to be. We don't have to always do it because we always
I
did, but
believe it should be.
okay.
That'll make it easy.
You pass that down, Chad.
Because I do believe it always has been that you have to allow for any other,
So 5 words, Jeff.
Okay.
in which many times that's just a
You want me to read it? to you?
business of.
You
No,
know,
you guys vote on that?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay. I'll
I
just
don't-
follow
I
it now.
don't think so. I'm sorry, Scott, I totally cut you off. Or anything. Do you think it has to be on there?
I believe it has to be on there. Because you have people that might want to get up and read a report to the town or. For any other input thing.
Yes.
Okay.
I need whatever the latest packet is for the community power.
Oh,
You have to be able to have copies
And
for the public.
There it is.
Okay, yes, yeah, I had to update it.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay, so if you do that, as soon as you do it, you want to get it out in the clerk's office, and then we've got to have them for deliberative session and for
Are we adjourned?
the.
Should we adjourn? All right.
We can make the copies if we get an email.
I will move to
Yeah, so I
adjourn.
would have.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Select board meeting is ended.
Posted on the website.
Okay.